Greetings, mood killers. I'm Belonius Francine Marconi along with Eddie Barella. We're here to play Make Believe. Eddie, we're here for fun.
That's right.
I mean, that's really
fun.
Also,
fun.
I wanted to mention something because, we are on Adobe Radio. If people are listening, maybe they've got the Adobe app or they're listening through the website. We also now have an Alexa skill.
Alexa, play Bernadette Peters.
No, not Bernadette Peters.
That's right, you whore.
No,
please.
Yeah, play Bernadette Peters. No. Bernadette Peters. I don't even know
Bernadette
who that is.
Peters. Who is that? I've heard that name. I don't know who it is.
I think she's an actor. I mean, I know she's in some stuff that was funny, like with Gene Wilder or something, maybe.
Gene Wilder.
Bernadette Peters.
Alexa, play Bernadette Peters.
But so how does it? You go, Alexa, play the future of alternative radio, and then
We will win. We will win.
Yeah, you hear some shouting and music. Actually, it's usually music because that's what Adobe does. But I think unless there's a show on, but
it's music.
I love it. I really do. And I'm listening to these songs going, man, I can't, I want to, shout it out to the world. Like, what are you doing listening to these old radio stations on FM that are just playing the same garbage from 20 years ago?
Adobe plays all the new stuff first.
Yeah.
And there's indie and metal too. We have Howl and Anthem.
Yeah, those channels, those stations also have their own Alexa skill, which is Anthem, our indie station, is play the future of indie radio, and then play for our metal station, play the future of metal radio.
Right.
And it's
Alexa will do
so
it.
good. So, if you are into new music and you're tired, because come on, I'm classic radio music that's been played over and over. That's whatever. I'm not anti-music, but I've played it enough.
I don't need to hear Smells Like Teen Spirit again.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. And like I said, like nothing about traditional radio. I mean, we got here because of that and stuff, but come on, play something. And the reason is because Adobe has the audience that traditional radio wishes they could have, but they chased them away with a lot of things that are not good. And now, so we are the ambassadors of new music. You can't find it anywhere, and nobody's curating it for you. It's, you might hear like a TikTok or something like that, but nobody does it better than Adobe Radio. So now we have an Alexa skill.
Alexa,
just play the future of alternative radio. Say it.
I usually have to get on airplanes a lot, but a little less this year, thankfully. But I'm thinking about maybe getting on an airplane here next month or maybe even later in a couple of weeks. And I'm afraid. I'm afraid to get on the airplanes because they're falling from the sky.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have air traffic controllers. Wasn't there just another
one in Phoenix or something? I just heard I was at the dentist office. I looked at something. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's one recently that just crashed into San Diego Bay. A military plane crashed. And, of course, there's that one in Washington, D.C., that incident with the military helicopter and the airplane. And then there was another small plane that crashed, fell out of the sky, too. So it's not a good time to be traveling. I mean,
what is it, Eddie? Like, what is the reason for all these things that have happened since January 20th? I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, didn't they cut funding or tell all these government workers to quit their jobs? And that's air traffic controllers are government workers. So you have, people there, they're short staffed because some people did quit. And they're working long hours, and
it's not like the drive-through where, like, somebody, a fry cook has to work double time or something. This is you're dealing with hundreds, thousands of people's lives that are traveling every day.
Yeah, that's a detail-oriented job, and they're trying to make it seem like human beings can't be capable of this job. That way they can replace it with AI or something. I don't know what they're trying to do, but
Listen, I like AI just fine as like Chat GPT, but I don't need it flying a plane or making sure that planes don't crash into each other. No, thank you.
yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm afraid to get on an airplane. Because I was thinking about going to a little conference thing in a couple weeks, and it's either
you don't want to die going to a conference.
No, exactly. But the thing is, I don't want to drive either because I hate driving more than I hate flying.
Could you
There's
get on
no
a train?
There's no train that goes there. Yeah, to this conference. So it's like either a 4.5, 5 hour car ride, which isn't terrible. I mean, there are worse, but still, that's a long time to be driving, and it's exhausting. You get there and you're mentally drained. You're hot from being in the car, and you're just
you can only eat so many Slim Jims.
Yeah, I don't like road trips. Some people like road trips. I hate them because I hate driving. I despise driving. I'm like you. If I could not have a car, I would never drive again. But here in LA, you have to have a stupid car. So I don't know.
Like in LA, did you have to bring your car there?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my gosh. So you drove? Yeah. Did you drive from your home to Los Angeles?
I had the car shipped, actually.
Oh,
but I've done the drive before.
Yeah.
And I decided I would never do it again because it's it's too long. I don't know, but it's either it's a 30-minute plane flight from here to Las Vegas or a 5-hour car ride.
When you said a trip, I was thinking across the country to some conference.
It's just like a little to Vegas. People fly back and forth, LA and Vegas.
And why
all the
don't
time.
they have a train to Las Vegas? That would make so much sense.
They should. Well, the automotive industry doesn't want that to happen. So I'm sure they've proposed it and blocked it a million times. But
really? Like Amtrak couldn't get it together to have just one little line going back and forth? That's crazy. Do you imagine all the drunk people on the way home? Like the hungover people just like laying out on the train?
They do have a train. Okay, let's see. But it's 6 hours. I'm not going to be on a train for 6 hours.
I know what you mean, though. My cousin came to Chicago on a train. She just wanted to try it. She was like, maybe I'll save a couple of bucks. It was like a 9-hour trip for a 30-minute flight.
Yeah.
She was like, never again.
Yeah, exactly. 30 minutes is not bad at all. You're up, and then they don't even have time to give you a little drink service. That they say for those short flights, we're going to, no drink service. We'll come around and fluff your pillow if you're taking a nap, but that's it.
Yeah, I could see the fun thing would be if you're just traveling with no urgency or a meeting at the end of it or something. It was just for fun. Those train trips across the country where you can look at the landscape and kind of hang out and just chill, and you have your own private compartment where you can do whatever you want while you're traveling, and then you stop in different cities and get off and do things and get back on. Sort of like a cruise ship, but for on the land. That seems kind of fun, but
that'd be fun. But yeah,
but not
sitting there for 6.5 hours. Then the whole time I'd be thinking I could have been there by now.
Yeah, I could have just. So you could have gotten on a dirt bike and gone through the desert and been there faster.
And all this so I could wear a lanyard at a conference.
You do love the lanyard. Eddie, I am so tired of all these. I mean, recently the government has threatened to end remote work for, hundreds of people that work for the government.
Right.
And I was thinking, this always happened. Like when I've been a 100% remote worker for 5 years now. Wow. Since March 2020. And I'm not looking back. I love it. But all these companies that are trying to make people, they threaten employees with mandates. If you don't come back, you don't have a job and all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I have it in me to hold in farts all day anymore. I don't have those muscles, And
right.
I if I go out in public with people, I'm like, oh yeah, you can't constantly fart. Because that's not okay. That's not acceptable.
Right.
But And I mean, do you really want those people walking down the hallways with knowing they don't have that function anymore and they're just letting it fly?
I know. It's gross.
And also like, yeah, sitting in conference rooms in a locked room with them for meetings. And
yeah,
I mean,
I know.
Because most remote workers, I mean, not me, because I'm very much into my hygiene, but they haven't brushed their teeth before noon in years. I don't think people that work remotely and people that work in offices are even the same species anymore.
No, I mean, working remotely is just way better, I think, because you get to you just have a better work-life balance overall because you're more in control of your schedule. You're not worried about leaving the office for 5 minutes and then having somebody stare at you while you do it and feeling guilty. Like,
yeah,
you get to, I don't know, it's working from home is good. I think everybody should be working from home. There's really no reason to ever go in unless you like have a bakery or something.
No, even then, just let people come in and pillage through whatever you've made. Go in
the kitchen.
Yeah. Have it sent over. Have it DoorDashed to the bakery.
Right.
But and the thing is, I was thinking too, is like most of these people don't even have pants that fit anymore. You know, because I was in the dental chair today, and I was thinking about because I have another appointment coming up, and I was thinking, what am I going to wear? They've seen everything. You know, because I've had a bunch of back-to-back appointments, getting some maintenance done or everything like that, and I'm thinking, okay, I haven't worn these shoes or these socks, because you're laying there, and I know that it's the dentist and his hygienist or his assistant, but I think about that, you know, because when I go out, you go to lunch with somebody, I might not see that person for another year, you know, so I don't have to think about like what I wear. But if you see someone frequently, like when you go into work, I used to have like rotations of like 14 different shirts or, you know, whatever.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting to put that much work into that and then no one pay attention to you.
Yeah, not
No
one
one
person
cares.
has said, hey, I like that Camila Cardozo shirt, her rookie shirt. That's cool.
Well, I don't know what bothers me more is if when somebody doesn't notice or when they do notice. That bothers me too.
Actually, when I was getting my oral surgery, I wore my Camila Cardozo Chicago Sky t-shirt because she's 6'7". She's from Brazil. She's tough. And nobody's going to stop her. And I thought, well, I'm going to get my wisdom teeth yanked out. I'm going to wear a shirt of the toughest person I know, Camila Cardozo.
Yeah.
And one of the people that was getting me, you know, on the goofy gas, she noticed.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And we had a good conversation as I was getting goofied, you know, so. And then you know, then the surgeon came in and I said, hey, do you watch women's basketball? He goes, no. And I was like, okay. There's a reason why he wanted me out, because he didn't want to have to talk to me.
Right.
But I think, like, you know, going back in is a big mistake. Just leave people alone. And these thoughts that people aren't getting as much done, I can tell you, when I get into a radio station or a place, I like to talk to people. You know, Eddie, I'm a chatterbox, and I'm getting nothing done.
Right.
Because what I used to have to do is wait till everyone left to get any of my work done. So
yeah, that's a problem too, is the constant distractions, and especially with the open office floor plans, it's impossible to get anything done. I don't get, because we have that at Adobe, the open office thing, and I don't get more than 10 minutes of peace of like focusing on my work, and then so I find myself staying after people leave and coming in earlier just so I can actually do what I want. Then before I know it, I'm here way longer than I want to be.
I remember at one point at one place that I worked at, they had this weird configuration of desks that everyone faced each other.
Ugh.
And then behind me was a door that was always locked, and people would come down and need to get in, and they didn't have their key card. So then, then I'm trying to work, and they're knocking on the door, and I have to pretend like I can't hear them. So we all had to put like big headphones on, so nobody would think we could hear them, even though we could. And And it was so annoying. And then also, you know, when you put headphones on, sometimes you forget to hold in your farts.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, so. And anytime, like, if I get a dry throat and have to clear my throat, I'm sitting, you know, like 2 feet away from someone else. I needed to. This is a blessing to be able to work from home, and I think it's more American than anything to be able to work remotely. And and I don't ever want to go back. You know, Eddie, if you get if somebody offers you a job that you have to go into, it better be over $1 million. That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So there, I put my mandate out there. Over $1 million, I'll think about it.
The number one movie on Netflix right now is Kind of Pregnant, and this has been viewed 25
That looks
million.
so bad. Did you watch it?
Yes, because I did watch it because it's the number one movie on Netflix. So you know I had to see
You
what
have
America
to.
was enjoying. You know, as a media man,
You got to keep up with the trends.
And I don't know. I know that Amy Schumer is having some sort of a health problem. So
I thought she was like, I thought people were mad at her because she was anti-free Palestine or something like that. And like the internet was like done with her. I never, it's hard to keep up because then there's so many people that are canceled. And then I'm like, yeah, I agree with that. And then 2 months later, I forget why they canceled them because there's so many cancellations.
Yeah. I don't know if she's canceled or not canceled. I don't even, you know, it is hard to keep track of this. At this point, I think cancel culture is over only because we don't have time to know who's canceled anymore.
Has cancel culture been canceled?
It's been canceled. But so Amy Schumer has this condition in real life. It's called Cushing's syndrome, and the side effect is quote moon face. That's what it's called, moon face. So it makes your face look really, really puffy and big. It makes you look like Jay Leno, essentially. And it's excess inflammation and cortisol accumulation that happens in your face. And it looks very disturbing. And I can't believe that she made a movie with this condition. And I gotta say, like I gotta hand it to her for you know braving through her condition to make the movie and everything. But it was really hard to look at.
She get an Oscar. It was like one of those movies where the beautiful person looks real bad, and they're like, "Wow, she's so brave." And then Oscar, here we come.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is not an Oscar-worthy performance. It's a Happy Madison production.
What are you saying, Eddie?
It's the opposite of Oscar.
It's
Happy
the
Madison.
number one movie in the country on Netflix. Come on.
Yeah, but you know, I guess this can happen with hormonal changes when you have pregnancy, and
I have
don't
them,
know.
you know, when I've had not enough pizza. It happens to me.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but
So
I feel
yeah,
like whenever I go out and I look at myself in the mirror, I think I have whatever she has. The moon face,
Right.
you know, I don't know what else. Because she had a baby, right? Is that part of it? Part of
yes. All
okay.
this is related to the baby, the pregnancy, I guess, the moon face. And, you know, I don't know.
So
it was very distracting in the whole movie.
I
But
see.
she's been, you know, Amy Schumer has been out there making fun of it too, because she realizes that it's a big, I don't know. You have to see the movie to know what I'm talking about.
Do
but
I have to see it? You said it was garbage. You said
It is. But
I
if
quote,
you wanna,
Eddie said,
Giant garbage can.
and
it is. It's a giant. So
but I have to watch it because it's number one.
Yes. And there's Moonface.
Yeah. Well, with those
yeah.
two recommendations, how could I not?
Yeah. Number one on Netflix.
Eddie, what do you think is the best social media? Like
TikTok, of course. You mean platforms?
Yeah.
TikTok. Yeah. Love TikTok. It's the best. You know, I don't even go on Instagram or Facebook or any of them. I don't really care. The only one that has my
all those
attention-
messages I send to you on Instagram, you'll never see.
my account might as well be deleted, and I haven't deleted it yet only because it's tied to other things that I need to go through and really just untether myself from Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
It is weird, too, because I told you, I share with you personally, like, I've been posting on my personal Facebook page, and I forgot that it goes to my Threads account.
Oh, yeah, you've been blowing up on Threads.
And then, like, randomly, like, people will be reposting it, and I'll look, like, over, thousands of likes, and it's not a brag. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, you've been picked up by meme pages, too. And
What is happening?
I don't know. You're turning into a legend, an internet legend.
And thankfully, it's for stuff that, because I used to just write dumb things, like, silly jokes and stuff. And I might get like 14 likes or, maybe sometimes a little more. But never like, and now I'm standing up for Taylor Swift and saying Elon should go to prison. And people are reacting. So
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
I know. Yeah.
Like you're
getting too popular.
You're on the radar.
Yeah, I'm shouting out in an echo chamber, as Elon would say.
Right.
So I think you're right. TikTok is the best. I haven't posted on there in a while since I don't know, at the end of the year I just wasn't into it anymore, The election kind of bummed me out, so I was like, when I feel like it I'll do it again. But some dumb things that are invented. I always look at dumb inventions. Maybe you'll think of this. Maybe there's some you have too. I think smart fridges with screens and cameras and stuff on them.
Right.
The only benefit I think of a smart fridge is knowing you're out of something that you get all the time and putting that on a list for you to order or communicating with your Instacart and automatically putting that in your cart. So when you go on, you can see that it's there.
I don't even know if that's useful because then your Instacart shopper is going to say the store is out of that item, like they always do. So
right?
Besides,
the store is out of the item.
Groceries as much as possible with how much they cost, anyways.
Yeah. Well,
No eating.
Stop eating. Internet connected toasters and coffee makers. Do you want that?
No, I do have a internet connected tea kettle though. And
you do?
You may ask why.
You told me about this once, I think, on the show.
Yeah, it connects to my Wi-Fi, and then I have an app where I can set a timer for it to go off in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's basic, and then also has like
nice.
a little indicator of how hot the water is, so you can get the that's kind of useless, but.
Well, no, it's not, because then you know, like when it's at a certain boiling point, what temperature for tea or for temperature for coffee, whatever.
Right.
So now, is it hooked up to a water stream, or do you have to fill it up every time?
Well, that's the thing. You actually have to fill it up, and then you have water sitting in there overnight, which kind of sucks. But
so you're drinking old water?
Yes.
Beautiful, delicious. It tastes just like stagnant water. It's real good. No, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
You're not dying or anything. Because I don't know. This is something that's weird. I don't know if I'm for it or against it, but I got into a conversation because I like to ask ChatGPT things, and it was asking me. I was talking about social media, and I was telling the chatbot how I was happy to hear that their CEO told Elon basically to F off on Twitter. Like Elon's like, we want to buy OpenAI. And they were like, no, thanks, but we'll buy Twitter for like $9 billion,
Right.
And then the chatbot started telling me about this beta possibility that OpenAI may be developing a social media platform. So I wouldn't hate that.
I don't know. Is that good, bad? I don't know. I don't
It's
trust
weird
any of
because
these tech bros.
Don't forget, OpenAI, as much as I love ChatGPT, they have a $500 million contract with the government to develop AI with the Trump administration. So
Right.
I'm not sure, like anytime I say something, is my data being collected and harvested?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So I'll be going to prison or, because of my thoughts. But that's probably why it's getting so good at being my friend. So I'll give it more information.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know. But social media seems like there's a lot. Eddie, you're right, though. because I'm on. There's one thing I will say is if you are on platforms, don't delete your account, because here's what happens. Then somebody else can grab your name and then impersonate you, or or somebody else might think it's you. Just delete the app and keep the account dormant, or shut it down or whatever, but keep the account itself. That's what I did with Twitter. I'm not on there, but I'm not deleting it because
that's also the thing that stops me from deleting my account every time, is I'm worried about somebody taking my name. But then at the same time, the more I think about that, I don't really care, because if that throws the government off my trail, that's kind of a good thing.
You're right. Yes. You might be onto something. Well, Eddie, we've said enough. We've said it all. I'm really. Did you know we're almost at our 4-year mark of doing this show together?
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started in 2021. We started in February 20th, 2021. So
wow.
It's coming up. I don't know. It doesn't ever feel like a burden to me. It always feels like I like it. I enjoy it. I mean, that's from me. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah. It's of course. Yeah. We've been doing it for 4 years for a reason. Yeah.
Because it's number one on Netflix.
Yeah.
No, and I think the part of it is like you and I aren't those type of people that like, because I've done, episodes, podcasts and stuff like that with people. Well, how many views does it get? How many listeners do we have? And they're so concerned with listeners. Well, how many, and I like to know and everything. And we have a good audience, but it was never about that. It was more about us entertaining each other during COVID.
Right.
And then when we decided it was fun, and then they put us on radio for a while, and they keep threatening to do that again. I don't know. I don't really feel like we have it in us to do a daily show again.
Yeah, especially not for what they want to pay.
There's never a good...
It's just, I don't know. I'm tired of being insulted. I've done that too long in my radio career.
Yep.
Taken way less than I should be.
Yeah.
And they always say, oh, it's going to lead to more, and it never does. So it's just like, fool me twice.
Yeah. And the weird thing about one particular situation is when I went in, they were like, why do you need a co-host? Because they were thinking they would have to pay you. And I'm like, because I don't want to do it by myself. That's boring. And then when we went away, we said we couldn't do it anymore. Like, well, could you guys? Well, I'll do it by myself. Well, could you give us an example of what that would sound like? Like, oh, come on.
Right.
And so, yeah. And I didn't really want to do it without you. So it's not fun. And who wants to?
It's too much. All of it.
It really is.
And they want to pay you like $400 a month. I mean, come on.
Come on.
So go to hell.
Yeah, exactly. But Eddie, our show isn't all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
We do have what I like to call a dollop of joy. And today, my dollop of joy is Anya Taylor-Joy. She's in that movie, The Menu, which is also popular. It's like on the top 10 of Netflix right now. I didn't know the movie came out in 2022, but have you watched this yet? The Menu?
No.
Okay, I'm not going to give anything away. I will. Here's the synopsis. That's no spoilers or anything. A dark comedy, thriller. And it follows a young couple played by Anya Taylor-Joy and some other guy who travel to a remote island to dine at an exclusive high-end restaurant run by an eccentric celebrity chef, Ray Fiennes.
And it's good?
It's amazing.
Really?
But
okay.
I know you don't like any bloody anything like that.
Is there a lot of blood?
There is some, yeah.
Well, I don't mind some. I just don't like the ridiculous amounts of gore. I don't like.
Yeah, I can't watch. I wasn't into Squid Game because the second one. Did you watch that yet?
No, I didn't even watch the first one. So
because there's so much there's guns and shooting and real disturbing stuff. And I'm not sensitive or anything like that. it's too much. I didn't like it.
No, yeah, I'm not into it. You know, like even the Substance I heard was pretty graphic and gory, so I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, there is some gore in there, but I don't know. I think you might like it. It's funny though. It's like, it's the whole subject matter is, kind of reality of life where, a person that's older wants to be younger and people that are younger taking the jobs from an older person and all that stuff. It's a real uplifting movie. But but The Menu I highly recommend. And Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes. How do you say his name, Ralph or Rafe? It's spelled Ralph, but I always hear Rafe. So I don't know. But either way, he plays like a celebrity chef, kind of a douchebag. And she is asked by this guy to go to this dinner, and he's like one of those, I don't know, like a social media influencer, foodie guy. And he's like, oh, this is the exclusive event. You have to come with me. And then you find out a bunch of stuff. It's good. So
no nudity.
Not that I remember. But that's my dollop of Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, no, that sound does not represent her. That's my dollop of joy. Right. So, yes, enjoy that. Thank you both for listening. We'll be back again unless Eddie decides he's done after 4 years. So it's really up to you, Eddie. Eddie, right. What do you think?
I say no thanks.
Okay, never mind.
Big Bird, Sesame, Big Minge Energy.